Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to talk about the KPIs or key performance indicators. Key performance indicators, basically known as the KPI, visually represents the critical metrics or performance indicators, typically as a single value accompanied by a trend indicators such as an arrow or an icon. KPIs are used to monitor the progress towards organizational goals and objectives, providing actionable insights into performance trends. KPI visually helps stakeholders quickly access the performance and make informed decisions based on some real-time data. So let's go to the Power BI screen and see how can we create a small KPI over there. So over here, I'm having this visual to create a KPI. If I click on this KPI and just increase the size of it, you can see I am having this value axis and the trend axis, and also I'm having this target option. So let's say I want to see what is the progress in sales over the period of time. So for that, what I can do is in the value, I can put sales, and in the trend axis, I can just put this order date over here. And you can see what is the trend in the sales. Now, let's say I want to see it on the terms of monthly basis. So what I can do over here is instead of the sum of sales, or let's say in this trend axis, instead of this order date, I can just remove it and I can just directly drag and drop this month over here. So you can see the monthly changes. Now, I want to see that if the target is being met or not. Let's say that I have provided any target to my particularly staff, and I'm interested in knowing that whether they are able to achieve that particular target or not in the desired amount of time, or whether they are going in the right direction or not. So in that case, what can I do? So I have already created some new measure over here. So in the gauge chart, when we are talking about the gauge chart, we have already created a value over here for the target sales. So I'll be using that target sales value to see whether I'm able to achieve my particular goal or not. So in this target sales, I've kept the target sales as 1.25 times of the current sales. So I can just drag and drop it in this target option. So you have this target data field over here. So you can easily drag and drop it over here. Now you can see that I'm 20% behind my target sales. So what if this particular thing was in positive, then how would it have been shown? So let's say that I'm not having this month option over here. Let's talk about some quarterly options. So let's say if I'm behind in monthly options, but quarter on quarter I'm performing well. In that case, I can just remove this month option over here, and I can again go in this date hierarchy and I can just put quarters over here. So still I'm 20% behind in the quarterly results as well. So I can clearly know that I'm not able to achieve that target and I'm lacking 20%. So whatever decisions I would be taking would be based on this particular KPI. Again, I will put this month option over here and remove this quarter option, and I can easily see the trend as well as I can see how much am I behind. Now, this can be very helpful if you are looking at it from the perspective of real time data. So let's say that every time an order comes in, this value would be decreasing and it would be moving towards the positive direction, so that you know that you are able to meet your goal, and you also know how much far are you right now from achieving your goal. So over here, if you select this part, there are many formatting options that are available. So let's say if you don't want to see this value in terms of just numbers, or you don't want to see the percentage over here, in that case you can go to format your visual, and over here I'm having this call out values option. So the first thing is that where do you want to place your call out value, and what would be the font type and font size for it. Do you want to make it bold, italic, underline? So you can control all these things from over here. Again, if you want to change the alignment, you can change the alignment from over here. And this would be particularly useful whenever you are trying to save some space. So let's say I'm having too much space over here on the bottom right hand side. So let's align it towards the right and towards the bottom over here. And in this way, I can just, even if I try to just shrink the size of this visual, I'm having too much space over here and I can easily view this. Now, what should be the display units? Right now, I have kept the display unit as auto. If you want to see it at specific decimal values, you can change it the decimals from over here. Right now it is kept as auto, so it is taking the values as 2. So let's try to change it and keep the value as 3. And you can see it is now showing me the values up till 3 decimal places. Then after this, the next part is the icons. So what should be the icon size? Over here, right now it is kept as 9 points. If you want to increase it, you can just increase the size also. So you can see there is this exclamation mark that has appeared after 1.581 million. So this is the particular icon that is being showed right now. Again, if you want to just turn this icon off, so you can select this icon and you can turn it off. Then I have this trend axis. So now what is this particular line trying to show you? Like right now it is in red color. So it is automatically telling us that we are going in the wrong direction and we are not meeting our sales right now. So is that true? So you can change the color from this part. Right now, the direction which is showing over here is high is good. That means higher the value, the good color it would be showing. So right now the good color is shown by green. So as it reaches the higher point, the color would change to green. If it is reaching a neutral point, the color would change to this yellow part. And if it is at the bottom of the table, then it would be showing us the bad color, that is red for now. So let's say if you want to change this color, so you can easily go on this part and you can change the color from over here. So you can see the color has changed now. Again, if you want to increase or decrease the transparency, you can do from this point. Then I have this target table. So right now, the target table is this part, goal 1.976 million. So right now, what it is trying to show you is that I have to achieve this. And right now, the label over here is goal. So let's say if I'm not trying to list it as goal, if I just write target over here, it would change the text over here. So in this way, you can try to edit this label also. So again, I will go in the target label option and I have this font option over here. That means that this particular color would be shown as the font of that label. So I can change it to green color so that I can know that I have to achieve this part. Okay. Then we can go in the general option. This general option would be showing us the properties of this visual. That means the size of this visual, the positioning of it, the padding. If you want to apply any kind of padding in this visual to increase or decrease the additional white space over here, you can easily do it. If you want to apply the title over here, so right now it is showing us the sum of sales and the target sales. Let's just remove this title to save some additional space. So I can remove this title over here and it would show you just the sales that has been done right now and the target that we have to achieve. So over here, if I try to on this and I can just rename it and I can say sales, that would be good. Let's say if I want to centrally align it. So again, I will go in the format your visual, general part, title part. I will just make it centrally aligned and I will increase the size of it to 80. In this way, you can try to create a KPI and then you can format this. Also, let's say if you're not having any measure over here to show as target, you can go in the new measure option and there you can enter any value. Let's say that you have achieved the sales of 12 millions in total right now, which is just showing you as 1.58 million on the monthly basis. But let's say if the target was 0.9 times of what we have achieved right now. So in that case, what I can do over here is I can say achieved sales or maybe past sales. And I can write 0.9 into sum of total sales. Now let's again try to create a KPI. So again, I will take this KPI. In the values, I will take the values as sales. In the trend axis, I will keep month over here. And in the target, I will keep it as past sales. So now you can see we have achieved 11.11% more than the past year's sales. So in this way, the KPI would be showing you the data in green color. Now, it would be very easy for me to identify that where I'm going wrong and in which direction am I going right. So let's say if I was just comparing the past year sales and the present year sales, where this green one was showing me the past year sales and current sales, and this is showing me right now the current sales as well as the target sales that I'm having. So I can easily identify that I'm going in the good direction as compared to the past year. But still, I'm not able to achieve the target that I have made for myself for this particular year. So, in this ways, you can try to create different KPIs for profit and orders and the discounts, that higher discounts that you are trying to keep yourself to, and you can monitor your performance of particular data. So, this was all for this session. In the next session, we'll be talking a bit more about the slicers in Power BI. Thank you.